You're watching San Diego's breaking news leader. This is CBS News 8 at 5.
Hello, everyone. I'm Phil Blauer.
And I'm Marcella Lee. A tough loss, as you just saw, for the Aztecs tonight. SDSU defeated by New Mexico 64-58 in the Mountain West Conference Tournament.
John Howard joins us now early with some of the highlights. And, you know, right up to the very end, it was a great game, John.
It was a great game.
Malaysian officials now say that somebody deliberately diverted Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 and shut down communications. Police are investigating a deadly car accident in Carlsbad. A passerby called police just after 4 this morning about a collision in the 2000 block of La Costa Avenue near El Camino Real. Inside that car, authorities found a man who was pronounced dead at the scene. The identity of the driver is being withheld until his family is notified. The investigation is ongoing. And authorities are searching for a man who robbed a bank in Encinitas this morning. Sheriff's officials say the masked suspect held up a teller at the Citibank branch on North El Camino Real around 11:40. He pointed some type of object at the teller, but it was unclear if it was a weapon, and ran off with an undisclosed amount of money. The robber was wearing a black hooded sweatshirt, a black cap with white bill, sunglasses, and a mask. Firefighters worked very quickly today to contain a small brush fire near Brownfield Airport in Otay Mesa. Crews arrived at the fire near La Media Road and State Route 125 about 2:10 this afternoon. Angry protesters gathered today at the San Ysidro border crossing. They say they want justice for an immigrant who was badly injured in a confrontation with Arizona border agents.
These men, these women, these agents are responsible for the killing.
The demonstration was led by Shana Gutierrez, whose husband Jose was allegedly beaten into a coma by border agents 3 years ago. Protesters say they want more transparency and better accountability from the Border Patrol. Agents maintain Gutierrez was injured when he became combative. A lot of Aztec fans tonight watching that Arizona game, and they should be very happy, shouldn't they, John?
I suppose, yeah.
Research indicates 21st century jobs will require STEM skills. Stands for science, technology, engineering, and math.
To meet that demand, a global leader of innovation is committed to preparing young students for success and careers of the future. Here's Dan Cohen with tonight's Innovate 8 report. It's like a lot of fun. The Qualcomm Think a Bit Lab is led by the company's engineers and employee volunteers, and it's free to San Diego school districts. Now, for more information on this lab, as well as the STEAM Connect Ascend conference on March 28th, please visit CBS8.com and click on the Hot button or Innovate 8.
All right, the Aztecs just couldn't handle the Lobos in Las Vegas today.
Well, they couldn't. Coming up in sports, John and Kyle will be here to wrap up the game and break down their NCAA tournament seeding.
12-year veteran firefighter Jacob Gregoire was taken into custody when he refused the CHP officer's request to move his truck out of lanes at a crash scene. CBS News 8's Phil Blauer joins us with his investigation. Phil?
Well, Barbara Lee and Carlo, it took us several weeks of cultivating our sources and digging through our archives, but finally we were able to confirm the name of the officer who made headlines around the world. We also know that he's still on duty while his bosses continue to investigate this incident.
He said he was almost stopped. He was about 15 feet behind the front bus.
This CHP officer is no stranger to CBS News 8 cameras.
2 people went into the hospital.
From a July 2005 Mission Gorge area fatal accident.
Everyone makes mistakes as far as speeding.
To this October 2009 Linda Vista pursuit, we've spoken to the 19-year department veteran many times.
He's arrested me for
But it was this past February 4th when Officer Sergio Flores found himself thrust into the national spotlight after he handcuffed and detained Chula Vista firefighter Jacob Gregoire at a South Bay Freeway traffic accident scene which injured 2 people. Gregoire, a 12-and-a-half-year veteran, refused to move an engine which had been parked behind an ambulance in the fast lane of I-805 near East Naples Drive.
Oh, are you near a cell phone? I'm going to have to walk back to engine 52. I just need to talk to you about an issue with CHP out here.
Gregoire, who wanted to check in with his captain, suddenly found himself cuffed and hauled off to a patrol car where he sat for about 20 minutes before being released by Officer Flores.
I was watching the news and saw this come up, and I could not believe it.
This longtime South Bay firefighter, who wanted his identity and voice concealed, says he's been on many scenes with Officer Flores with mostly favorable results. But there was a recent call where he says there were tensions.
We had an instance with him before where there was a little confusion on what was going on. This is where the communication between the agencies would help understanding their policies and our policies for transporting somebody that's under arrest that needs medical attention.
Since this story broke, we've heard from several law enforcement sources who say that Officer Sergio Flores does not have a quick temper. In fact, they tell us he's been honored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving for his efforts to keep our roads safe. but they do wonder why the CHP has remained virtually silent about this incident, which in their minds is giving the agency a public black eye.
If I waited a couple minutes, talked to the firefighters, explained the situations between the two, instead of going to this extent, probably would have been a better outcome for both parties involved here.
CHP officials won't speak on camera about what happened. Off camera, they told us the incident is still under review. We are not commenting any further. The firefighter we spoke to is hoping the video will serve as a training tool to avoid something like this from ever happening again.
Everybody has bad days. Let's learn from it and move on.
And even though we know where Officer Sergio Flores lives, we elected not to go to his residence and speak to him. New at 6:30, we're going to be hearing from Chula Vista's fire chief, who says his personnel are still being interviewed by the CHP. And we'll also tell you whether or not the district attorney is pursuing any charges against firefighter Jacob Gregoire. Barbara and Carlo, back to you.
News 8's Phil Blauer sat down with Mayor Filner for a one-on-one interview today. He is live downtown with what he had to say, and we're all on pins and needles, Phil.
Well, Carlo and Marcella, it lasted about 15 minutes here at City Hall in the mayor's office. No questions were off limits. And right out of the bat, I asked him about these serious specific allegations of sexual harassment involving 3 different women. Will they cause...
No, I'm not. What we heard today was a press conference of anonymous women. I take I'm very concerned that people think that that's how I treated them. And, you know, we have a lot of introspection and work to do on that. But I think all fair-minded San Diegans would agree that there ought to be a fair and impartial investigative process. Not press conferences, not anonymous sources, but a impartial investigation. And we'll cooperate, obviously, fully with that. And I think I will be vindicated at the end.
One of your longtime supporters, Donna Fry, said, and I'm quoting here today, that you are tragically unsafe for any woman to approach and that your behavior is not normal. What is your response to that?
Donna has been a friend for a long time. It obviously pains me that that's her evaluation.
We heard today about the alleged Filner headlock and the Filner dance, and that you're known around the office as sort of the dirty old man. I mean, how do you respond to these kind of things?
Again, you know, I'm obviously very concerned that people feel that way. I certainly don't see myself that way. If I've offended people, I apologize. And you know, we'll try to make that right by any individual person. Clearly, though, people take what is a demonstrable politician who's been that way for his whole political life. They take it offensively, and I need to work on it.
Do you still plan to apologize personally to alleged victims in this case?
You know, I have apologized to my staff for being a tough boss, actually. I think there's a difference between being a tough guy to work for, and I have been tough. I demand excellence. I am impatient. But there's a difference between that and sexual harassment.
With the majority of the city council apparently asking you to step down and resign, do you feel like you can still effectively govern the city as its mayor?
We're going to have to mend relationships there. Clearly, that may take some time. But I think our love of the city, our wish to keep it moving forward, will end up being bring us together when we have to.
Lastly, is there anything more that you want to say to the citizens of San Diego to maybe get them to be more confident in your ability to govern?
No, again, I apologize for putting the city through this, but I think I want to reassure people that the day-to-day operations of the city is in good hands, that I believe that, I am fully capable of providing the leadership that the city has, and that I will be working on the problems that brought us here.
Now, Mayor Filner also says that he's working with doctors and counselors to deal with interpersonal behavioral issues, especially when it comes to women. Now, coming up new at 6:30, we asked him about something that his ex-fiancée had put out in the media, and that was she claimed that he was sending sexually explicit text messages to other women in her presence. You'll hear his response coming up on News 8 at 6:30.
All right, thanks, Phil.
News 8's Phil Blauer is here now to unmask the Geezer Bandits' possible secret. Phil?
That's right, Barbara Lee and Carlo. Back in February, we went online and we actually found an elder mask made by a Hollywood special effects company that looks just like the Geezer Bandit, right down to a mole on the chin. Tonight, we take a closer look at that disguise with the help of the man who makes the mask.
This person is a threat to the community. Look at his physical characteristics, his clothing, his posture, the way he walks. The Geezer Bandit bank robbery series is one of our top priority bank robbery cases here in San Diego County. He will be caught.
For 11 months, the now infamous Geezer Bandit has eluded capture, robbing 10 banks in Santee, La Jolla, Carmel Valley, Point Loma, Vista, Rancho Santa Fe, and Poway. The suspect is being chased by 3 law enforcement agencies, including the FBI, Sheriff's Department, and San Diego Police. He's described as an elderly white man, about 6 feet tall and weighing 190 pounds. But is he really old? Or just somebody younger who's wearing a special effects mask and flesh-colored prosthetic hands?
Whether it's a mask or not, certainly that's a possibility.
So just how fast can you age yourself 40 years? That fast. We were contacted by the San Diego PD.
But that's about all Hollywood special effects wizard Rusty Slusser can say about any connection his Elderman mask may have to the Geezer Bandit's string of bank robberies.
Well, I really can't go into the details of the case because it is an ongoing investigation.
Slusser, whose incredible lifelike work has been featured on various TV shows, including Law & Order SVU, has sold about 100 of the elderly facial disguises, which can also be accessorized with matching aged hands. He says he created the mask for Halloween fun and for practical jokes, not for criminals.
We here at SPFX Masks do not condone any behavior that is illegal with these masks.
It takes 2 days to make the silicone face with a unique mold and some other closely guarded trade secrets. Each elder mask is custom made.
We've made the eye holes so they're actually very small. They fit into your own eyes so you can't tell there's a seam. The lips wrap inside your own lips. The thing looks like flesh. It looks like real skin. We paint it to look like real flesh, like capillaries, veins, age spots, the whole bit.
News 8 showed Rusty Slusser pictures and video from the Geezer Bandit's holdups to see if he could tell if the suspect is wearing the elder mask.
Surveillance pictures that I've seen are very blurry. They're kind of skippy. It's just very difficult for me to see that and tell.
So what if it turns out the Geezer Bandit is really a master of disguise who bought Rusty Slusser's elder mask to commit his crime spree?
Absolutely horrible. I hope to God it isn't. I really do. I hope to God it is not our mask. Now, the cost of this mask is around $700. If you'd like more information about Rusty Slusser's work, just go to our website at cbs8.com and click on the hot button. So, guys, what do you think?
Oh, my gosh.
Yikes. Okay,
bizarre.
And if we're looking for it. If you happen to be there, didn't know something was going on, and just cut it out of the side of your eyes, I'm sorry, I don't think that you'd pick up it was a mask.
Imagine if you're a bank teller and I'm 2 feet away from you. Could you really tell, Barbara Lee, that I have a mask on?
No.
And you'd be looking at the gun.
Exactly.
Because he has shown a gun in several of his robberies.
Exactly. And I do want to show you, people at home, you can see right down to the age spots, the veins, the capillaries, that it is relatively easy to remove. Got a breastplate.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
And
so
there I am.
Could get out of the bank, take off one of those blazers or jackets, take off the mask, and he's a younger man.
There it is, right
or
there.
Or woman, we don't even know.
It gets a little warm.
I think the biggest thing is we were all looking for some sort of a little line around the jar or something like that.
Nope.
But when you're looking at this now and how it fits right down onto the chest like that, that really does give the full effect, doesn't it?
It is so realistic, right down, as I mentioned, to the veins, the eyebrows in this case. It also comes with hair if you want to put on there, and it's just, this man, Rusty Slusser, is just phenomenal with his work that he's doing. All of Hollywood wants him to do it because, as he says, this is a 12-hour makeup job in 10 seconds.
And we don't know if this is what's going on, but it certainly gives us something to think about.
I hope the FBI and San Diego Police Department and Sheriff's Department are watching our story tonight.
All right, thanks
a lot, Phil.
Thank you.
Our Phil Blauer traveled to Los Angeles County to track down this mystery man who sounds all too familiar. We're here in Glendale where we've tracked down our elusive employee. And as you're about to find out, it's likely he'll never set foot inside our Kearny Mesa studios.
You're watching News 8 at 5 with Barbara Lee Edwards, Carlo Giacchetto, and Kyle Kraska.
Our unique employee has the shortest commute of any other station worker. It takes him less than a minute to get to his work area. where he performs his tasks with absolute precision. So who is this guy?
So how long have you been with the company?
Can't even be about 10 years.
Where did you get your education?
I majored in wiseacrery throughout my early years, and that got me far.
You sound really familiar. How'd you break into the business?
Well, I was working at a small radio station.
I'm sorry, sir. Who are you? What is your name?
I'm Bill Ratner. One word, ukulele.
For 35 years, the Midwest native has been one of the elite voiceover artists around the globe.
Now the lightning-quick Cobra is ready to strike back.
His booming baritone has been heard on thousands of movie trailers.
Monsters. They've been called slimy.
And commercials.
Here's the thing. You love a ton of food, but hate blowing money.
And since 2002, the man with the perfect pitch has been our voice.
You're watching San Diego's breaking news leader.
On this day, he's delivering shocking news to our viewers.
San Diego legend and NFL grade Junior Seau commits suicide.
But most of the time, the man with the silky sound is having a blast.
The best part of it is I get to do exactly what I loved to do when I was 12.
Which is talking weird voices. There'd be Marlon Brando or anybody in the world like this.
Do you think you could teach me anything?
Phil, I'm ready for you. Let's go.
You got tremendous potential. I can sense this. Give this a good, deep, gutsy, dramatic read.
Tonight on Criminal Minds.
No. Oh, that's cartoon. Tonight on Criminal Minds. I undid my belt just a couple of loops to give my
how you got down
the gut. This is all about love.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. On tonight's 2.5 Men.
Oh, no. That sounds girlish. On tonight's 2.5 Men, love is in the air as Alan rekindles romance with his ex-wife. Watch the sparks fly on CBS 8 at 9.
That's how it's done.
Well, this is high energy. I think you're perfect for this.
It's the finale we've all been waiting for. Who runs away with $1 million prize? The Amazing Race, tonight at 8 on CBS 8.
Nice. Halting, but nice. It's the finale we've all been waiting for. Who runs away with $1 million prize? The Amazing Race, tonight at 8 on CBS 8.
Wow.
You know, sometimes I just love me.
If you wouldn't mind reading this for me, I'd really, really appreciate it.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
This is the CBS Evening News with Scott Pelley. Sitting in tonight, Phil Blauer? Wow, that's impressive. Anyway, Phil, this has just been great. And
what's this?
Well, that's my bill. This is not funny, Phil. Talk is cheap, words are expensive, if you know what I'm saying. But really, thanks for coming over.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
If you'd like to know more about Bill Ratner's extensive body of work, just go to our website at cbs8.com and we'll click on the Hot button.
Back to you in San Diego.